So you recently sold your 996, not just because it was a 996, Bore scoring, IML, gray interior, fried eggs, all this.
Hold on,
stuff.
Gray interior, Doug? We're listing negative things. Gray interior is it's beautiful.
Anyway, you had that car for a lot of miles and a lot of years, but you sold it to get a GT3.
Yes.
But let's talk about that, because automotive media does quote unquote long-term tests, usually on new cars, and they have them for like a year. But we don't always get a real picture into what it costs to own the quote unquote cheapest 911 that you can buy. Is it really cheap, or is it like owning a real exotic car to own a cheap, unloved, bastard child 996 911?
The Stockholm Syndrome really just took hold. I love 996s. So I purchased my old 996 in 2017. I was newly out of college, had a job, and was like, I can have a car payment, but I don't want a daily. I want something I've been dreaming of since I was a kid. So that's when the relationship with my Lord and Savior Pentagon Federal Credit Union started, and we were off to the races. So I bought that car in 2017 for $24,000.
Nice.
Somebody else's money. But, and because it was 2017, I paid like $800 for the privilege. It was great. Those days are behind us. And it had like 61,000 miles, and I bought it. It was completely Southern owned. I did everything right.
Sure.
Southern owned car.
Fully serviced. Did it have the IMS
IMS
upgrade?
Was done. I was ready to go.
Well, was it done? Did it have the IMS solution or the retrofit?
The retrofit, which I was fine with.
Done.
Well, but this was 2017.
Every 5 years, you got to do it again.
Not for me.
Yeah, it's my problem now. All right.
So I had that car for 8 years, and I put 47,000 miles on it in that amount of time. I took
some winter driving. It was kind of a daily driver for you.
Yes. So I had winter tires. I didn't drive it in salt. Daily it in the salt, but I would take it out in the salt in the snow to go play around in a parking lot with you. So it did see some salt, but I took care of it, cleaned it off afterwards, whatever. So but I drove it in the cold as long as there wasn't, the salt all over the road. So drove it all the time, took it on road trips. I dailied it to work in the summer. That I was in that more than my Volvo daily for many years during the summer. In that time, I had spent and I just calculated this from the service records that I handed over to you a couple days ago. In those 8 years, I spent $27,388 on service.
In 8 years?
In 8 years.
And 47,000 miles you put on it?
So that equals out to 58 cents a mile.
Just in maintenance.
Just in maintenance.
Just in maintenance. Yeah, that's how we do on this show. We just calculate maintenance because gas is kind of an equal thing. Insurance is variable, not on the car. It's on, how many cars you might have on your policy, how bad you are at driving, all those different things. And depreciation, we kind of, I don't know, it's just, you separate it out. So we just compare as a baseline, how much does it cost to fix these cars and keep them running based on use?
And the maintenance is usually the surprise. You're not surprised by insurance or gas, and an oil change you're not surprised by, but it's like, oh, I need to have my passenger door latch replaced because the window doesn't go up and down anymore, and that's $700.
Don't ever have to do that on Maserati MC20. I saw one where the whole rear of the car was apart to get to the button.
Terrifying.
Yikes.
So,
yikes.
And I did a lot of the stuff I had to do. I put so many miles on it. Well, actually, it wasn't because of mileage. I had it for long enough that I had to do the IMS retrofit again. I had the RMS done at the same time. I put on the ultimate air oil separator, so I didn't have to deal with the AOS. This is acronym hell, Doug. This is just, I lived in the forums and what acronym is going to kill my car today. But I had a wonderful experience with this car. It cost me a lot of money. I calculated the 2025 maintenance costs. It cost me $6,700 this year, and it's only October.
Wow.
You're welcome.
10 years ago, when people asked me about buying a Ferrari and the maintenance costs, I was like, you need to budget like $2,500 a year for the engine in timing belt ones, and like a 355 or Testarossa or one of those high maintenance ones, like 5Gs. But that's for like high maintenance Ferrari supercar level.
I will
Granted, that
say
was pre-COVID numbers, but you bought the cheap 911 that is the entry level car that everybody wants to get into.
you need to be ready for some doozies. I will say the average per year was $2,800.
$2,800,
which is still a lot of money.
That's it. I mean, that's the same. So let's compare mine. So I recently sold my 997 and I daily drove that. I drove it in the winter.
A lot more than I
put
did.
about 10,000 miles on it. And I had it, I think 3 years, and a 997 is allegedly better than a 996. It's certainly more desirable.
Yes, we'll say that.
But still can have IMS problems, still can have bore scoring issues, AOS, RMS, all the same issues. Let's see. In 2024, I put 6,700 miles on it. It cost me $3,800, so 57 cents a mile.
Sounds about right.
And in 2025, I only put 1983 miles on it because I sold it in August. $1,500 in maintenance, so it cost me 77 cents a mile. So right along the same numbers as you. You might have thought it would never happen, but Switchcast is endorsing a transport company. Whether you're moving a rare collectible, a high-end sports car, or your personal luxury vehicle, Shaughnessy Overland Express delivers with precision, privacy, and respect. This isn't just transport, it's white glove care from pickup to delivery. For over 14 years, they've earned the trust of collectors, enthusiasts, dealers, and owners by offering unmatched service and personalized attention. You'll work directly with their experienced in-house team, ensuring a smooth and private experience without middlemen or surprises. Every shipment is protected with up to $3 million in cargo insurance, offering peace of mind for even the most valuable and rare vehicles on the road. In addition to their enclosed fleet, they've also established a trusted auto transport brokerage service, giving you access to a nationwide network of vetted, open, and enclosed carriers. Whether you need transport on a route they don't currently operate, or their carriers are at full capacity when your schedule demands, they'll still get it done without compromising the Shaughnessy standard of excellence. Same professionalism, same personal touch, expanded flexibility. We are proud at Switchcast to endorse Shaughnessy Overland Express as the official transporter of Switchcast. Visit soexinc.com and tell them Switchcast sent you.
I do believe, and I don't have data for this, I've never owned a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, but the numbers can escalate much more quickly, I feel, with something like a Ferrari or Lamborghini. And I think a lot of that, like obviously the mechanics are more expensive. The parts.
The random parts costs
Yes.
is what kills you on the Italian cars.
And with the Porsches, from what I've noticed, there's usually an option. So I did have to put this year a $700, I think it was 7, whatever, a many hundreds of dollars door latch in the car. But from what I read, all of the other ones flaked out in another 3 years. So I was like, this one has lasted 22 years. We'll just put another one in and we won't have to worry about it for a long time. So you get to make those decisions. But for the most part, nothing that I did was crazy expensive. It was just stuff that needed done. I put 4 new shocks on the car this year, upgraded to Bilstein B6s because the old ones at 109,000 miles or 7 or whatever it was were just tired, leaking. And it's like, that kind of stuff adds up. Had to put a clutch in it. You know, that's expensive. I had to do that twice. Pressure plate broke. Kind of sucked.
Now I own it and I don't have to do a thing.
It should be good, but and I did all new brakes this year.
Yeah, but when you bought it, it had been maintained well too.
Yes.
But it is the ongoing cost of using a high performance German car.
And I genuinely think it's worth it. You know, it's not like I'm just swimming in cash and this is nothing. Like, this maintenance is a lot. My 968 kind of killed me for a couple of years. I spent 18 grand on that car, or maybe 14 grand in like 2.5 years. That was excessive.
Yep.
But it was like, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But it's kind of like, I make that sacrifice with my finances while still being responsible and investing for my future appropriately, because the car stuff is so important to me. But even with the cheapest car, it's going to cost stuff.
Should I add up how much, if you invested that maintenance cost and drove a Toyota Camry instead, what it would be worth when you're 60?
I mean, that would be great and all, but I don't think I'd care.
That's good.
Because this is not, I don't know how much longer I'm going to, nothing is guaranteed.
Right. None of us may make it till 60.
Or, something, maybe any
of us may not make, I don't know. That was not a doomsday prediction.
But, anything can happen.
All of us.
And I want to responsibly enjoy a passion of mine that I've had since I was a kid. So this is a ton of money. I was kind of surprised that I crested over the purchase price of the car in maintenance.
Ooh.
But I also feel like at the end of it, I have what I think is a great spec 996 that's been maintained very well and only needed a couple of annoying things.
You can't essential. Say great without gray.
Aha, yeah. So hopefully the next owner of this car can enjoy it without much big stuff coming up. I mean, I guess
you sound like you're trying to sell the car for us now. I mean, it's
I want it to go to a good home.
Yeah, it is funny though, right? So 996 is the cheap one. 997 is the better one. 968, 944, like the poor man's Porsches, the Boxster. But we've done, like you've calculated out your 968. You kind of daily drove that car. You put a lot of miles on it, had it long enough to see how much it really cost. There is no cheap Porsche when it comes to maintenance.
It's only
that's why some of them are so cheap, is because a 987 Boxster, their entry level cheapo, this is saving the company, costs as much to maintain as your GT3 that you just bought.
Yes.
So if you can afford to buy the better one, just buy the better one, because it's almost like the maintenance cost is just like it's flat. It's the same across all of them when you extend it over enough period of time. Not a Carrera GT, but just about everything else.
And now if a GT3 specific part goes, I'm going to be in for a world of hurt. And I know that going into this, but for the most part, I think you and John Sabo were joking.
But they don't go.
Yeah, that's true. It's like it's pretty fine. But you guys were joking that on a GT3 might be cheaper to maintain than my car as it is today, because it's just like, I don't know. There's
bet
less
you
stuff.
It's going to be in 2 years when we have this conversation. I bet you they'll be cheaper than the 968 and the same cost as your 996.
And honestly, I'm okay with that. I think, and I didn't necessarily maintain this with an open checkbook, but when something needed done, I did it. And I did it with what I felt was the best part to put in there. I didn't go overboard and like, don't put a metal impeller water pump in your car. Don't do it. It'll score the block if it goes. But it's like, so certain things I didn't just always go with the upgraded thing. I went with what was known to be a good replacement and just understand service intervals. Like, this car never once left me stranded. It almost did in Tennessee once because oh my goodness, the coils were cracked. The plastic was cracked and it was wet. So it started misfiring on like half of my cylinders. And then I let it dry out and still drove it 8 hours home. Very stressful.
Put a towel in your engine bay.
Yeah, but I think, when stuff makes a sound or starts going a little wonky, don't wait, just get it fixed. So your car will repay you and stuff. This still could have stranded me at some point, and that's just kind of what happens sometimes. But I think it was the biggest lesson is replace with good parts and replace when either by time or when stuff just starts telling you that it's time.
Well, Tyler, you traded your car in, but some people choose to shrewdly negotiate themselves on Facebook Marketplace and try to sell their own cars. And in particular, this is a Porsche 997 for sale. Well, it's not. Oof. The title of the ad is Porsche 997S audio head unit, also car for sale, $39K.
Wait, is it a $39,000 head unit with a free car?
No, the head unit is priced at $123,456.
Oh.
But the description reads, this is an original Porsche big screen audio GPS Navi multifunction head unit from my Porsche 997 03 to 12.
That's not how that works.
Nope. Sell also the car. Make offer. Everything works fine. Just changed today for a CarPlay unit. Pulled it today. Changed all rubber push buttons with new once see lat picture. Also selling AC unit. What's underneath for extra $200? No pixel or any damage. So you could buy the car for $39,000. I don't know if everything works just fine on the car or on the head unit, but anyway, the car is a doozy though. He has identified this thing as a 99, it's an 05, I think, so it's a 997.1. He's identified it as a Carrera 4S GTS based on all the stuff. He's got the reflective strip across the back trunk, but it's red tape.
Yeah.
That is only on the 4S's. He's got the aftermarket LED taillights, and he's got GTS badge on the rear deck lid, on the calipers, on the bottom of the doors, on the steering wheel, which is done in red Alcantara, and it looks like they just like did it over.
Oh yeah.
Like they just kind of,
They did this.
They didn't actually replace it. So he's got about 8 different GTS badges on it, which it is not that.
And the calipers that have like GTS painted on, I guess is maybe a sticker.
It's a Tiptronic too.
Always a tip. This over modified BS.
Here's the best part. On the red strip across the back that's supposed to be a reflector that's only on the C4S's, it has in script avalanche.
Why? I don't understand.
It's a GTS avalanche. Maybe he thinks he's trying to convince people it's a Gambala modified one because they did the Gambala avalanche something or other.
That might be
Check me on that while I Google it.
Got these like AutoZone.
Yeah, it was the 930.
Okay.
Way back when. I don't think this guy knows what a 930 is.
This is wild. It's always the tip guys, man.
The tip guys?
Just the tip. Every time I see one of these, it's always a Tiptronic. That's just like way over modified, up badge to heck and back, and just very poor choices. And these LED taillights, get them out of here. Everybody puts them on these. I don't understand. They look like crap.
He's got red tape trim strip on the dash.
And the rings. Yeah, the rings around the gauges.
Oh, this is so bad.
This hurts my soul.
So bad. But if you want a 997 GTS Tip S 4S.1.2 cab with an aftermarket head unit, $39,000.
Next. Pass.
Give me a bag. Soul & Spine wants everyone to have a higher quality of life. They specialize in non-surgical options for those who have been told that they need injections or surgery. They offer state-of-the-art techniques that help over 90% of patients become pain-free in just weeks. Starting with thorough medical history and comprehensive examination, you'll work one-on-one with Dr. Hoover to meet all your treatment goals. Their mission is to unleash your body's own healing potential to avoid drugs and surgery. Visit soulandspine.com to learn more. Located in Solon, Ohio. Thank you for joining us for Switchcast with Doug Tabbitt and Tyler Sanders, produced by Ethan Huffnagel. Switchcast is an automotive entertainment and opinion show, and nothing we say should be taken very seriously. We do not give tax, investment, legal, emotional, or professional advice, and the only licenses we hold are driver's licenses. The opinions expressed on this show are exclusively held by the people pontificating at that moment and do not reflect the values of our producers or sponsors. Our theme music is provided by Emily and Ivory. You can stream their full album on Spotify or SoundCloud. If you like this show, you can stream it in its entirety on your favorite audio podcast platform. Check out switchcast.live for more info.